A very good morning and a very happy new year to all our viewers. Wishing you all and in fact your families the very best in 2020 as we kickstart a new decade. I'm Nigel D'Souza and with me is Mangalam Malu. Hey Mangalam.
Hi Nigel, happy new year to you, your family as well, and from the entire team of Chartbusters. Good to know that the market has started the new year on a positive note, currently sitting with a gain of close to around 0.25% for the frontline indices. Nifty Bank underperforming though, just a bit of flat. The good part is that the market breadth has improved over the last few trading sessions, and that continues. There are more stocks in the green than in the red in the broader markets. The important part, however, is that there is a lack of cues coming in from the global markets. So we'll watch out for how things normalize over the next couple of trading sessions. So as we do that, let's also welcome Ruchit Jain for a quick check on the indices as well as individual stocks. Ruchit, before everything else, wish you, your team, a very happy and profitable 2020.
Hi, very good morning. Well, first of all, even wish you and your entire team and all the viewers of CNBC a very happy new year and a prosperous 2020. Well, now coming on to the markets, I know if you look at the index in last 2 or 3 trading sessions, the indexes have seen some consolidation. On the options front, 12,300 call option have seen some good amount of writing in this weekly expiry in last 2 or 3 sessions. So this is an indication that we are undergoing a consolidation phase within an uptrend. So we are of the opinion that 12,140 to 150 is the support and 12,300 is the resistance, and the index might see some sideways movement for next 2 or 3 trading sessions. Now, if you look at market breadth, then this has been a good thing that in spite of this consolidation, the overall market breadth in last 3 or 4 days has been quite robust. So this just seemed to be a time-wise correction within an uptrend, and once this time-wise correction is over, the index should again resume its rally towards new all-time highs. So as far as index trade is concerned, buy on dips should be the strategy. 12,140 to 150 is the support where one should look to initiate fresh long positions. Now these are the spot levels which I'm talking about. So one can go long on dips around 12,140, 150 range, keeping stock below 12,100 and expect again to targets of 12,300.
Okay, what about your picks?
Since the broader markets are doing well, the mid cap is the space which has been showing a good outperformance. And even if you look at the volumes, then certain mid cap stocks have been going higher with very good volumes. So I have 2 mid cap names on the buy list. First is a buy call in Netco Pharma. After about 3 months of consolidation, today the stock prices have seen a breakout of that consolidation phase, and today's volumes on breakout are much higher than what we usually see on a daily basis. So Netco Pharma, we are expecting it to rally towards 655, so one can go along at current levels with stock below 594 for target of 655. And tinplate within the mid-cap metal space is looking quite good. A high top, high bottom structure can clearly be seen in the stock. And one good thing about this stock in last 2 months has been that whenever the prices are going up, the volumes are good, and minor corrections have been backed by lower volumes. So the long positions are still intact, which have been formed since last 1.5 months. So tinplate could be bought at current levels with stock below 135 for near-term target of 156.
All right, Ruchit, thanks a lot for stopping by and giving us all your stock picks as well as the index picks. But keep an eye out on a couple of stocks. Adani Ports actually is at the high point of the day, the top gainer on the Nifty, and that's on account of this CNBC-TV18 exclusive. Let's focus on that. In what looks like the first M&A deal of 2020, sources tell us that Adani Ports is indeed looking to acquire 72% stake in the Krishnapatnam port from existing investor, the CVR Group. Nimesh joins in with all those details. Nimesh.
Hi Mangalam. So yes, you're right. This could potentially be the first large M&A transaction of FY20 or for 2020. What I understand is Adani Port is very close to acquiring Krishnapatnam Port. They will basically acquire 72% stake from the existing investors at an enterprise value of close to 12,500 crores, which means that they are paying close to 10 times EV/EBITDA on the FY20 earnings of Krishnapatnam Port. If you look at Adani Port itself, it's trading at close to 14-15 times EV/EBITDA for current year. So it's going to be EPS accretive from very day one, is what I understand from investment bankers, and the deal is likely to get announced very, very soon. So that's the feedback that I'm getting. Post this deal acquisition, Adani Port will have a further foothold into the East Coast. That's the main target for them. And after the acquisition, Adani Port will then manage close to 1/3 of the port volumes in India. Not only that, with this acquisition, Adani Port will probably become one of the largest port handling companies in the world. So that's the target what Adani is looking at. And if you remember, Karan Adani has been on records in the past that by 2020, They have a target of reaching 400 million tons of cargo capacity, and that probably will be done after this acquisition. Officially, Adani Port has declined to comment to our story. We wrote to them yesterday, and they've officially declined to this, so there is no official comment from them. A word on Krishnapatnam Port. That's the second largest private port in India after Mundra Port, and they currently manage close to 50 million tons of cargo. If you look at Adani Port, they manage close to 250 to 275 million ton, and with this acquisition, Adani Port will manage close to 350 million tons of cargo going into 2020, and that's been the target for Adani Port. They're looking at 400 million tons of cargo capacity by FY20. So they will achieve this target, and as I said, it's very accretive, EPS accretive, given that they're paying just 10 times EV/EBITDA for FY20 earnings for Krishnapatnam.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that, Nimesh. So we'll keep an eye on that stock, one of the biggest gainers on the Nifty as we speak. Well, we'll slip into a short break. You come back, the infra stocks, they're in focus, with L&T among the top Nifty gainers on the back of the big infra push that was announced by the Finance Minister. More details when we return.